Hey, what's up, guys? I hope everything is going well today. I'm sharing some of my knowledge. Hopefully, I can help you in this regard, and we can basically tackle this problem together and get a solution. And that's basically what my channel is all about: is to create awareness on what is happening in the world, how people are dealing with it, and how we can deal with it ourselves. All right. So today, I'm talking about self-doubt and how it is a dream killer. Now, the first question is, what are the things that you can control in your life? Like, what are the things that you definitely have control over, right? You decide to get up in the morning, all right? You decide to eat a certain type of food. Like, you can have chocolate every day. You can have healthy food every day. You could have burgers every day. You could fast for 7 days in a row and just drink water. Like, that is in your control. No one else can force you to make that decision, right? The same way with sleep. You decide when to set your alarm, when you have to wake up, when do you go to bed. Work, you obviously decide how hard you're going to work, what type of job you want to do. Do you want to be in an accounting? Is that something that you love? Or do you want to be a YouTuber? Do you want to help animals at a shelter? Those type of things, right? It's your choice. No one can decide that for you. And also, the bad things, like you can decide to be lazy and not do anything, eat unhealthy food, lie on the couch, not really looking for any jobs. Like, that's in your control, right? A lot of people blame the government or the weather and those type of things for their laziness and why they sit on the couch doing nothing. But I'm here to tell you that's not obviously true. The second question basically is, what are the things that you cannot control? Obviously, I just mentioned stuff like the weather. You can't control the weather. Metabolism, that is something you can't control. You do not control your metabolism. Yes, you can maybe boost it a little bit, or you could obviously do the bad thing and slow it down a little bit, but it's very small differences that you're going to make. You are born with a certain metabolism, right? So you cannot control that. So that is something that might, put you in a position where you have a slow metabolism and then you need to adjust accordingly. Or you have a fast metabolism and then you need to adjust accordingly. Things like, maybe at night it's really hot that day, or your cat jumps on the bed, or your dog jumps on the bed at night and keeps you awake, or mosquitoes, or things like that. Like, you don't have control over that. Yes, you can set the alarm to wake up at 6, but you might wake up at 4 from, owl on the roof. You understand? Like, those type of things are out of your control. Also, more serious note, things like getting fired at your job. Like, that's a horrible thing, but it can happen, and not because of you. Maybe they just don't financially, they can't support more people or employees, and they have to let someone go. And maybe you were the last one to go in, so you're the first one to go out. That's normally how that policy works. There are other reasons, of course, but that's something that is out of your control. Now, the question then is, or the thing why I mentioned the two things that you can control and not control is, imagine now adding self-doubt on top of all of those things. Not only can you not control your metabolism, you can't control your work, you can't do this, you can't do that, but now on top of all of that, you have self-doubt on yourself as well. Like, how are you going to go through life, with all these things that you cannot control, that's already bringing you down in a way, and then you bring yourself down? Like, how are you going to move forward? Like, it's not impossible, but it's almost like a recipe for disaster. Now, let me explain what self-doubt is for you that do not know. All right. So according to the dictionary, self-doubt is lack of confidence in oneself and one's ability. All right. So you obviously don't believe, or you don't have confidence in yourself and in your abilities and the things that you want to do. So my opinion on this topic, and I have a very strong opinion about this, obviously, and it has a lot to do with what you think about other people's thoughts about you. Does that make sense? Like, you care what other people think. Okay. Now, this is a scenario that I thought about quickly before I made this video. And I thought to myself, you know what? If there's 1,000 people, let's say the thing that your ability is, let's say, jumping over hoops or through hoops. And there are 1,000 people that are going to jump through hoops before you. And all 1,000 fail horribly. Like, they are honestly the worst at hooping, jumping through the hoops. But when they do that, and when everyone fails, you can see the crowd is not really, they don't really care. Some of them still cheer them on. There's no real, embarrassment. Some people fail or try, they fail. All 1,000 fail, actually. So it kind of takes the pressure off of you because, regardless now if you fail or if you make it, which would be a bonus. But even if you fail, no one's really going to say anything because, 1,000 people went, you understand what I'm saying or where I'm getting to with that is if we can have that mindset of every time there's 1,000 people that fail the same thing, which I can guarantee you in the world, millions of people have failed in whatever it is that you are wanting to undertake, whether it's starting a new business, going for a relationship, making a YouTube channel, all those type of things. All right. Everyone fails. Okay. And I bet you that millions of other people, billions, if that, also do not really care about you. I'm sorry to say that, but no one really cares. They have their own lives. So as soon as you can get that into your head that I don't really care what people think of me, regardless if I fail or not. Like, I'm not saying you should run in the streets naked, because the police will probably stop you and, take you to prison for running around naked. It's quite indecent, right? But that's not what I mean by not caring what people think. What I'm saying is, regardless if you fail or not, their opinion shouldn't matter, okay? Because if it does, you will have self-doubt. You will worry about what people think. Can I do this? Insecurities will start creeping in. But if you don't care what they think, then self-doubt kind of goes out of the window because you'll do something and that you don't have to, be insecure and doubt yourself because you kind of know that there's a very big chance that you could fail. And if you do, you'll learn something and you'll try again. All right. So that's the most important thing that I wanted to, that's my opinion on self-doubt. Now, how do we fix this? How do we fix self-doubt? How are we going to, obviously the first thing I mentioned now is to not care what people think, but that's just a kind of a automatic adjustment that you need to make. But how can you really fix it? How can you go deep down and fix self-doubt? And I have one answer for you, which I think is pretty easy. And that is to get all the proof, or to make sure that you have all the proof that you can show people, right, in that field that you want to do or that you are self-doubting. All right? So let's say the hula hoop jumping thing again. Let's use that as an example. If you have 5 years of experiencing failing and going through these hoops every single day, you've actually written a few exams, black on white paper, you've done the thing, you've got A's, straight A's and that, and you have all the proof that you, Roche Kilian, can jump through these hoops, right? There's no reason for self-doubt at all because you have all the proof to tell people that I could do this and you can do it. Clearly, you have 5 years experience of this, But if I, for instance, want to, go surf with the pros, right? And I have no experience in that at all. I've been surfing with my fiance for a little while, standing up on a few waves, maybe a little turn here and there, but nothing crazy, right? Surely I don't have the evidence. I don't have the proof that I am a really good surfer. So I won't be able to compete with these folks. And I will have the biggest insecurity and self-doubt because I just know that I can't do it. It's not even about self-doubt. It's almost just reality. It's like realistic. Come on, I can't be a pro, right? So people misjudge that reality of I'm actually not really good at this with self-doubt. So the big thing is to make sure that you get all the proof of what you want to do. If you want to become a YouTuber, you need to make sure that, you look at other YouTubers, find out what they do, spend a lot of time in front of the camera, make sure that you put in the hours and that you rewatch your videos, you ask for people's opinion, regardless if you fail or not. Like, make sure you do things like that. Do YouTube courses. There are so many YouTubers out there that explain how to make a YouTube video. Some even give out certificates. Like, make sure that you, or whatever the topic maybe is. Maybe your YouTube channel is about, let's say perhaps makeup, right? Make sure that you know a lot of things about makeup. Do a makeup course. Go and study makeup, and then you have the paper, you have the certificate for that, and you can actually then talk about that in confidence, and then you won't have any self-doubt. The one thing that I've also heard is that, you can manipulate things to get somewhere, right? Like, I can maybe know someone and I can surf and I can send this one wave that I did really well. I can send that to a company, and maybe I know someone that I used to go to school to, and eventually they get me to get to that main stage, where I surf next to Kelly Slater. But that's just a temporary thing. Like, I manipulated my way to get to that top level. But once push comes to shove, I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to get the job done. All right. So you need to understand that where you want to be in the future is going to take some time, and it's almost better, because then you can actually take step by step and grow, so that you don't jump a whole lot of steps and then you get to the top and you don't know what to do, and now self-doubt creeps in again because you missed a whole lot of steps and you don't know what to do now. All right, so that's very important for me. I'm really hoping that this helps you in a sense that you realize that, self-doubt is not something. It's not a disease that you now have that you can't get rid of, and it's a death sentence. It's something that you can fix. You just need to, like I said, you can listen to this video over and over and over again, get some views. But you can listen to this video every day if you want to kind of get the gist of what it is that you need. Don't care about what people think, regardless if you make mistakes or not, or if your setting is not right and you don't have the right mic and you don't have the right camera. Don't worry about that now. Just do your thing, get the experience, get all the proof you need to be the best at what it is that you want, right? So that doubt cannot creep in, because you're just too good at what you do. You're just too good. If you're the best panel beater in the world, and someone comes up to you and say, hey, listen, I've got this car, can you panel beat it for me? And you know that you're the best because you have all the qualification experience. You're going to tell that dude, yeah, sure, mate, let's go. And you have zero doubt because you'll be able to fix that in a jiffy. All right? I have funny examples sometimes that run through my head. But anyway, if you like this video, if you found that it was very helpful, please do like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be making more of these videos, a lot more, hopefully so that you can move forward in your life, become a better person. Because I know not a lot of people want to read books. I mean, I used to not like that, but it is good to read. But if you don't have the time, you can quickly just listen to one of these videos and you'll be more knowledgeable than before you press play. All right. Have a beautiful day. I will see you guys on the next video. Cheers.